Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jump, and today I'll be doing my top 5 favorite tracks from the Legend of Zelda Pack DLC for Mario Kart 8. Now, I would say as a first DLC for Mario Kart 8, some of the tracks are really quite interesting and fun to play in, and I would say if you compare, and I think as overall when you look at all the DLC tracks for both Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, obviously the Zelda Pack has some really interesting tracks that go around in, and they are really fun. Whether it's the placement of items, how much time you have between corners, or just however the design is, that sort of thing. So for number 5 is Yoshi's Circuit. Now, what I find fun about Yoshi's Circuit is that the whole track is an outline of Yoshi. Even if you look at the map, you can clearly see that that's a design of Yoshi, and I think that's really fun because you don't really see a lot of Mario tracks or Mario Kart tracks that are based on the different Mario characters in terms of design. There might be some tracks that might have some characters' names, like Yoshi Circuit, Waluigi's Pinball Machine, Mario Circuit, that kind of thing. But Yoshi Circuit is really just I think the only track just to have this design based on Yoshi himself, and that's really cool. And if there's ever a new Mario Kart game coming out in 5-10 years or so, I would really love to see one of the tracks being designed off from one of the characters. Somewhat like there could be one of Toad, Mario, whatever, and that would be something quite cool to see, because then you can just there could be a lot of corners shortcuts you could do. There could be like a lot of tight corners that this track has, around, I would say, the halfway point, and it's just a really fun, interesting course. For number 4 is Ice Ice Outpost. Now, what I like about this track is that it's mainly due to the course itself. It's mainly because you've got two coloured tracks, which both go in the same direction, but you could have got one green part and one yellow part, and they are both you can go around between both tracks, or both halves of the track. And that's really cool, because that means that has a lot of interesting ways of using items. Like, if you want to use the green shells, you can just throw them on, let's say, from the green half of the track, and then it can move, because it being a green shell, it can move sporadically, and then it can move onto the yellow track, and then it could possibly hit someone on that track. And again, other items like the piranha plant, let's say, or the boomerang, or even maybe the super horn, that those kinds of items could possibly hit any characters that might be on the separate tracks, and it's just an interesting kind of level. It's I really enjoy it. It's just a really fun, interesting level, and I really wish that more tracks could possibly do something like this. For number 3 is the Exciter Bike Arena. Now, what I like about this track is that it's, even though it's simple in design, it's just one of those arenas you might see bikes going around on whatever. But what I like about the Exciter Bike Arena is that every time you play the track, the design, a lot of the platforms and stuff change. So you might be playing the track 1 minute with a particular design, but then the next time you play it, the whole arena will change. And I think it's really interesting because it kind of reminds me of the Animal Crossing track in the Animal Crossing pack, in which it changes seasons each time, and that's really interesting. And with the Exciter Bike Arena, it makes it that more cooler, just because you can throw items sporadically. It's kind of like Ice Ice Outpost in a sense, a bit, because you can, in that track, you can just throw items sporadically depending on which ones you've got. And with Exciter Bike Arena, you can just throw anything anywhere, just and anything could happen, and it's really fun and interesting for just a basic design. I think the design of it just makes it really cool. For number 2 is Mute City. Now, what I like about Mute City is that it's one of the few tracks that's in anti-gravity, and I would say one of the I think it's really cool because like you got all of these like you got a bunch of booster tracks, you've got a lot of stuff you can bounce off from to get extra speed, and you've also got these like multicolored platforms on the ground that can help you get more coins and give you more of a boost. That's quite cool, and I particularly like it towards the end of the track where you'll see a bunch of items, and then if you do a sharp right, you can try and do a shortcut. That's quite cool if you manage to pull it off, because it's just like and especially if you've got like a mushroom or something, or a super mushroom, that'd be something quite cool to do when you're just trying to do a sharp corner and then jump off the platform and then do the shortcut. It's really cool to pull that off. But overall, I do say, because I think this is like an F-Zero track or something inspired by F-Zero. I think it's one of the two. I'm not 100% sure, but I do like it, and I kind of wish that Captain Falcon was a part of this pack, because I think there are 2 F-Zero type tracks in the game, possibly more. I think there's like 2 to 3 tracks that are F-Zero related, and it would have been cool if we could have seen Captain Falcon make an appearance in this pack, because like this is part of the he's part of F-Zero, and it would make sense if he was part of Mario Kart, maybe for the next game. And for number 1 is Hyrule Circuit. Now, what I like about Hyrule Circuit is that it's based on Hyrule Castle, and from the Legend of Zelda series, and it's really cool because everything is Zelda themed. Like with some of the other tracks, like let's say the Animal Crossing pack, it's different to an extent, in the sense that it's just you've got some of the themes from the games, you've got the seasons. That's cool. But with Zelda, it's completely Zelda themed. So the items, even if they're still regular items, they still do the whole Zelda chest theme where you get an item. That's quite cool. And all of the coins are turned into rupees. So that's another thing that's quite cool, because like rupees are a part of the Zelda series, and that's really fun. And what makes it cool for me personally is around halfway, when you have to try and hit all these 3 bumpers on the staircase. It makes you go down to the Master Sword, because if you hit all 3, you're able to open up a ramp to go through the Master Sword. That's quite cool and interesting, and that's really fun. And again, maybe if depending on what's being released in the upcoming DLC pack for the next for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, for the next one, maybe they could use a thing, bring a track in, or design a track that's something like that in Hyrule Circuit. And I just really like it, and I do like how on the banner, whenever you do a new lap, it says The Legend of Zelda on it instead of just Mario Kart or something, and that's really fun, and it just adds to the track even more because it's really cool and fun. So that's been my top 5 favourite Zelda tracks from the Legend of Zelda Pack in Mario Kart 8. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.